Hey guys, so my plan was to do this actually on camera, um, but that plan failed. Uh, it seems as if every element was thrown at me: wind, traffic, bugs, people cussing each other outside for some reason. I did not question that part. Anyway, so I'm going to do this off camera because it's still a thing I want to address. And that topic is the presidential debate from last evening. Yeah. Gosh. Every time I even think about it, and it's been less than 24 hours, I'm telling you, I get the number 11 right on my forehead. But I will proceed, although something inside of me is telling me to look out for my own vanity right now. How did Trump and Biden do? That was the big question that many people were asking themselves after. I thought the debate went horribly. And by now, because I know everybody has given their, well, not everybody, but many people, many people, domestically and internationally, have given their opinions as to how that debate went. It was dreadful. I felt like Biden, or what I was hearing, Biden garbled his way through the entire debate. I felt like what little coherence we got was not enough to even reach a conclusion about what his strategy would be if he was to be elected in November. And then when he wasn't garbling his way through sentences, he was showing himself to be a person that would just mock his opponent through the debate. Not to say that Trump can't withstand that sort of treatment. Not to say that he could not respond to that type of, nitpicking. But what it did was it actually, in my opinion, put Donald Trump on the defensive. So instead of answering questions about policy, Trump was defending himself on things that could not really give citizens a chance to know what they would be in store for in their future. It was very strange. It was very strange how both of them were able to go around answering questions that would hold them accountable and responsible for our future. So, because of Biden's incoherence, we never really got answers. And because of Donald Trump's defense of the mockery, we never really got any answers. It was all slogans and garbles. There was never really full sentences of the policies that could be implemented, the solutions that could be come up with, the steps and results that should be made to make our life as citizens better. Um, and then you notice that they had a lot to say about their prowess on the golf course. At the end of the day, the questions about their age seem to matter to them more than other questions that could affect us drastically. I did not hear Trump answer about anything. He said nothing about a two-state Palestinian solution. I saw nobody ask questions about the risks associated with the streams of money that are being sent to subsidize wars. I did not hear them talk about how the student loan forgiveness program was in limbo, actually, and did not have the approval from all states to be implemented. There were many things. And then on immigration, which, yes, Donald Trump kept hammering Biden on, about how his lack of immigration policy has led to crimes being increased, and benefits being lost to citizens. He makes his mistake about black jobs being taken by immigrants. Oh my gosh. I wanted to know what are black jobs? I had to assume he wasn't talking about Sonia Sotomayor and Clarence Thomas' job. I was thinking maybe he was talking about a different job that immigrants might be taking away from blacks. He completely put his foot in his mouth when he did that. And it was almost to the degree that Biden showed up without language. I really didn't walk away from that debate learning anything about how my future is going to be improved or the future of our children. It was very disappointing. I also felt like the moderators could have done a much better job. There were a couple of times when I saw whatever her name was, what is it, Dana Bash, using her finger to prompt, as if that would help Joe Biden to focus more on the easy questions he was being asked. Let's be serious. There were too many questions that were not asked that they could have focused on. And they chose not to. The moderators chose instead to ask simple questions that could hardly be answered. And I felt like I'll tell you this as far as Donald Trump is concerned. He said one thing that was very, very honest. And he said, let's stop being childish. Or he said something very similar to that. I swear. And Donald Trump was the one that intervened and said, okay, we need to stop being childish. I will tell you, that was the most honest thing that man said that night. Because that was what we were a witness to. Childish questions, childish answers, and after that, analysts not really going in on what could have been improved. How can we not ask questions that have to do with war ending? How can we not ask questions about how many black people have already put out there that they want a discussion for reparations. And none of these moderators asked that. How can we not talk about Julian Assange being free and the impact of freedom of speech? And how, if we continue to be censored in little ways, how all of us would not be able to even vocalize our opinions on something as simple as a bad debate. How can we not talk about our deficit and how maybe we should reel back on some of our spending and help our people here instead of helping too many people out there? And in that helping out there, it's only benefiting a few people. Not even the people that were listening to that debate last night, probably. How can we not ask if Putin really has this manifest destiny idea that a lot of our politicians, including Joe Biden last night, keep putting out there? Where does it come from? If we even know a little bit about manifest destiny, we know that it was us that had ideas of expanding. The important questions were not asked. And then the ones that were asked were ignored. And what we got to watch was an ego match. And I doubt that that's what people showed up for. It was really embarrassing. And I feel like any enmity that outsiders might have with us could use that debate as a way to figure out how to further their interests. Yeah, it was a mess.